Oh, you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNINews video. Now, just real quick, just a quick reminder, once again, I have two contests going on, one over on Toy News International to win $100 store credit to Big Bad Toy Store, and then the second one is on my personal Instagram page where you can win a unique box of Spider-Man Far From Home toys from Hasbro. I will put links to both of those contests in the video description, and I do highly recommend you check those out. Okay, so let's get into the news for today, and there's quite a bit of stuff. Some is recapping, just kind of updating stuff I talked about on Wednesday, such as the Mezco 112 Collective John Wick figure. That figure, which I told you about on Wednesday, is now up for pre-order on the Mezco website. Now, one thing I might have neglected to say on Wednesday is that is a Mezco store exclusive, so really the only place you can get it is on the Mezco website. But again, it went up for pre-order yesterday, and at least as I was filming this video, it was still available today. And the figure is going to cost $120. It's going to be out next year, early next year, probably around March time frame. And the figure, again, it's going to be chocked with a ton of weapons, gold coins, his dog, a figure stand, multiple hands, blast effects that go on the weapons. And then the thing that kind of makes this a deluxe figure is it comes with this a chest that you can store all his weapons in, as well as the gold coins and stuff like you kind of saw in the movie. Now, I got to see John Wick 3, Chapter 3 last night, and I thought it was decent. I mean, I was pretty much knowing what I was going into, which is essentially a movie that is nonstop ass kicking, basically, literally from beginning to end. That's pretty much what the entire movie is. So just, be warned. And that was pretty much how the second movie was. I still think the first movie was the best one, that I thought had a little more story and all this high table stuff, I kind of think dilutes the story a little bit. Again, I kind of like the original movie the best. But if you like the second one, I think you'll like this one. Definitely, there's definitely good fight choreography going on in this movie. That is definitely a highlight of this movie. And, whether it's John Wick himself just kicking ass by himself, whether he's using swords, knives, guns, or whatever you can find, or whether he's doing it with Halle Berry, which is in this movie, which I like the scene with her and her dogs. I thought that was a pretty good scene. But that's what this movie is it's just nonstop ass kicking. So if that's your thing, I think you'll definitely like this one. Okay, so moving on to the next topic at hand. So another update I just wanted to share with you. I told you about on Wednesday how the accessories for the upcoming Avengers Endgame Hot Toys Captain America figure had been revealed, with Thor's hammer and the destroyed cut in half shield. Now we've got the official images in detail. Also, it looks like they've updated the unmasked head sculpt with this figure, so they've released new updated images for that as well. That figure is up for pre-order at places like Big Bad Toy Store. I think this is actually probably his best, even though it's very similar to the previous costumes that he wore in like Age of Ultron and Civil War. I like the kind of modifications to this one, and then things like having the hammer and the shield and stuff, I think really actually make this figure almost worth getting, even if you have previous versions. I don't collect a lot of Hot Toy figures, but I do try and collect all the Captain America figures since he's like my favorite character. So I will probably get this one. Now, while we're on the subject of Marvel, I've got a couple other quick updates for you. So just want to let you guys know that it looks like the new Spider-Man Far From Home Marvel Legend figures have started to be spotted on the shelves of Walgreens stores. Primarily, it looks like out in California. Now, here's the kicker. If you see them on shelves, there's a good chance you're not, however, going to be able to check out with them. I don't have an exact date, but I don't think the official release date is supposed to be until next month. So again, even if you do see them on shelves, I'm not sure you're going to be able to walk out the door with them. If you try and check out with them, they're probably going to tell you they can't sell them to you. And I hate this tactic that we see from stores, and it looks like this is something Walgreens is doing more and more. We saw them do this with their Doctor Doom figure, and now it looks like they're doing it with the Spider-Man figures. To me, it's just kind of they put them out there to tease you, to get you in the store, and then they're like, oh, we can't sell it to you because they're under embargo. Some people will just say it's an accident, that it's careless stock people, what have you. But to me, it just seems like it happens too often. And like I said, now we're seeing it happen more and more at Walgreens stores. Anyway, just want to let you guys know, if you do find them, let me know in the comments section. Even better, if you're able to check out with them, let us know. But again, those figures have started to be spotted on the shelves at Walgreens. Now, another update for you. This weekend, we can expect another reveal for a fan channel exclusive, or as they're called, which is basically online exclusives. However, this week, it's not going to be anything we haven't seen before. This week, it looks like the reveal is going to be the Hulk and Wolverine 2-pack, first appearance Wolverine 2-pack that we've seen. We saw updated official images the other week for this set, but it will be going up for pre-order this weekend. Places like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth will probably have it up at like midnight on Sunday morning, but basically Sunday or next week you'll see other places have it up for pre-order as well. And again, that's being listed as a fan channel exclusive. And I've done some digging, and it does actually look like we're going to get new reveals. Not necessarily new reveals, as we can see this week. It's something we've seen before, but there's going to be like a different reveal every week leading up to San Diego Comic-Con for Marvel Legends. And there will be new reveals with those from time to time. As I mentioned on Wednesday, from what I understand, there are a lot of fan channel exclusives in the pipeline from Hasbro this year. So, and one other thing I wanted to talk about on the Marvel front, which I was going to talk about last on Wednesday, but I forgot, but is we've got some images that surfaced online from an overseas e-tailer for these. I don't know if these are technically licensed by Marvel or if these are pure knockoffs, but it's a company, and I may be mispronouncing it, Amatoys, I think. But they do. They've been doing figures, these Marvel figures. They're not quite in scale with Marvel Legends. They're a little bit taller. They tend to be between 6.5 and 7 inches tall. They started doing them back, I think they first started doing them with, I think, Civil War. Maybe it was Age of Ultron, but like they did a Vision figure well before Hasbro did for the Marvel Legend line, which actually wasn't too bad of a figure. I actually did a review of it a couple years ago, and they've done some Spider-Man figures and stuff. But now we're getting these, looks like Avengers Endgame base figures, or most of them are Avengers Endgame. The Captain Marvel looks more like it's from the Captain Marvel movie than Endgame, but we're getting these figures. So we're getting Captain America, we're getting an updated version of Captain America's suit. I have a feeling Hasbro's going to do this one, so and they may end up doing all these, I don't know, but I have a feeling Hasbro will end up doing this one. But the one, probably the coolest one here that people might want to check out, even if it's just a temporary fill-in until if Hasbro does it, is the Hulk figure, which is in the jumpsuit, unlike their Marvel Legend version that they recently revealed with the next wave of Avenger figures, which just has the pants and no shirt. This one, he's wearing the jumpsuit suit that he had at the end of the movie. So it doesn't look like there's any kind of Infinity Gauntlet included with this or anything. But if you wanted Hulk in that jumpsuit, you might want to check this one out. Now, for those of us here in the United States, usually the best way to get these figures is they end up popping up on eBay, and they're not terribly expensive. The worst thing is, because they're being sold overseas, you do sometimes have to pay higher shipping, but again, the figures themselves generally are not that expensive. Paint, apps are not fantastic, but they're not horrible. They are, not quite as good as Marvel Legends, but they do the job. And again, if you're looking for like a fill-in or something, this might be one that you want to check out. They're doing others like Thor, though, short hair Thor, not Lebowski Thor. If they did a Lebowski Thor, I would definitely get that. And then Captain America and Thanos, and again, Captain Marvel, which looks more like it's based on the Captain Marvel movie than the Avengers Endgame movie. So I just want to let you guys know about that. I have been checking, but I've not seen these pop up on eBay yet. But again, probably any day now that they will show up there. And I probably will end up picking up that Hulk figure, and we'll do a review down the road. Oh, and just one other quick update. Hasbro also released a few additional images for that next wave of Avengers themed Marvel Legends. The one with the next round of Endgame figures with the Rescue and the Hulk. Now, we didn't get an updated image for the Hulk Build-A-Figure, but we did get some updated images for the Rescue figure and the War Machine figure. as well as some of the comic book or the Shuri figure from the Black Panther movie, and then Rock Python and the Union Jack figures. We got some updated images. The other two, Beta Ray Bill and Loki, we did not get updated images for some reason. But again, Hasbro did release some newer images, more up close and such, of those figures. So I'll put a link to Marvelous News if you want to get a better look at those. Good Smile Company released official images for their Figma Overwatch McCree figure. So this looks pretty good. The figure is going to come with both a standard faceplate and a smirking faceplate. It's going to have his Peacekeeper and a flashbang and a cigar as optional parts. You're also going to be able to store the Peacekeeper in his holster at his hip. His cape will be removable, which will allow him to have even more display options. So this figure is up for pre-order now, and you can go to places like Hobby Link Japan, or you can go to Big Bad Toy Store. They both have it up for pre-order, and that figure is slated for release in February. Okay, and then the final bit of news I have for you guys comes on the DC Collectible front, and with that, some new reveals for their DC Essentials action figure line. So these come from the latest batch of solicitations for items coming out in January 2020. So one of the things about this is I'm definitely excited to see that they will be, in fact, continuing this line into the new year. I was a little worried that maybe they were going to put it on hiatus or something with McFarlane taking over DC and stuff in 2020. I was wondering if maybe they were going to not try and compete with McFarlane and just kind of put this line on hiatus. But it does look like it will be continuing. So we got 4 new figure reveals and a new wave, and they always kind of pair these off, a hero and a villain. So for the first 2, it's going to be Batman, and this looks like it's primarily just a repaint of the first DC Essentials Batman they did, but is going to be in those classic blue and gray colors. They technically say this figure is based on the Nightfall storyline from the 90s. The head sculpt is different. He does have the longer ears and everything, which is nice. He does still have the closed fist. I don't think there's going to be any accessories, unfortunately. And then the body, is just repainted with the classic blue and gray colors. But if you like this color scheme for Batman, if you like this outfit, then I think you'll want to check this one out. And then the figure, the villain to go up with this one is a new Catwoman figure. And this is, again, based on the 90s Nightfall storyline. This is her purple outfit, which we don't see as many figures of generally. They usually, when they do figures, they do more of the black, leather outfit and stuff. But they're going with the purple look, which I know a lot of people like. She's got the long hair and everything. I don't know if there'll be any accessories. I do hope maybe they'll include a whip with her, but nothing is shown in the image they released today. But again, they are doing Catwoman. And then the other 2 figures are Hal Jordan as Green Lantern. Now, we've seen this figure before. They had this figure on display at one of the early conventions when they first announced the line. So we're getting Hal Jordan as Green Lantern, and then to go match up against him, of course, is Sinestro. So I think it's the same body between the 2 figures, just kind of repainted. But, again, you are getting Sinestro. I like the head sculpts with both of these. They look pretty good. I don't know if there'll be any accessories like lanterns or anything. Probably not, just because they generally tend to go pretty bare on the accessories with this line. But maybe, I don't know. Sometimes with these early solicited images, they don't always show the accessories. So we'll have to wait and see to know for sure. But definitely we are getting Green Lantern and Sinestro along with the blue and gray Batman and the purple suit Catwoman. And these figures will be out in January 2020. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about. Again, please do check out the 2 contests that we have going on. The one on Toy News International for the $100 store credit to Big Bad Toy Store. And the second one that I have on my own personal Instagram page where I'm giving away a unique box of Spider-Man Far From Home toys from Hasbro. The box itself is pretty unique because it's sent out to members of the media, and that's really, the toys themselves are available everywhere, but the box, if you're looking for kind of a unique item in your collection, that it's kind of a cool thing to have. So again, I have links to both contests in the video description. Share your thoughts on everything I talked about in the comments section. Like the video if you're so inclined. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And of course, hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And you can also follow me on the Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Links to all those in the video description as well. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.